guys, this is Ken. Welcome back to my channel. So it's been an eventful couple of weeks, and I realized that I haven't posted a video in 2 weeks. It's just a lot has happened since my last video. So on the 3rd of August, on 3rd of this month, I got a video from my little sister. Also, if I'm talking a little bit weird, I am sick. So I'm way better now, but still sick. I've been sick for a couple of days. So on the 3rd of August, my little sister sent me a video which was very distressing. She told me that in that moment my stepdad had just assaulted her and my mom. And the video was very concerning because she was thanking me for being a good brother, and yeah, she was not looking too great, like her face was swollen, and the video was borderline suicidal. Sounded like a farewell, and I got really scared. I got really distressed about the whole thing because after the video, I couldn't get a hold of her for a while, and I was just crying. I was truly frightened because in that moment I kept thinking I will not survive losing another sibling, because as I've mentioned before, last year I lost my older brother, and so I kept thinking there's no way I'll survive losing another sibling. And so in that moment, I I don't I didn't really think about it. I just took out my phone, grabbed my little mic thing, because I already have it since I've been posting video for about almost 2 months now. So I did that in the middle of the video. And yeah, like I said, I put on my mic thing since it's been like 6 weeks. I don't really know, before 6 weeks of me like posting videos. So I just took my mic and I did a little video on TikTok calling out my stepdad, because this is the same man who was abusive towards me and my mom from when I was 4 years old. And now to think that this is happening again, I thought, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not gonna let this happen. And so I edited the video, and the next day I thought, you know what, maybe this was a mistake, but you know what, I'll delete it, it's fine. But then I saw how many people were responding to it, and my hope in uploading the video was that someone would be kind enough to go and check my mom, because I even gave the address, because I was desperate. Truly, I was desperate for someone to go in that moment to see if my mother and little sister were fine. I was truly concerned about my little sister, because the video that video was not great. It was not okay. And so I hope someone would go and check in on them and make sure they were fine. And so the next day they went to the hospital, went to the clinic, a local clinic. They went there and were treated. And I told them, Mom, do not go back to that house. Absolutely do not go back. And so he said to them, he sent them a message and called them and said, you know what, I'm waiting for you. Even if you come back at midnight, I'll still be here waiting for you. And so I told my mom, do not go back there. Do not go back there. I will do everything I can. But try guys, find a place, guys, move out of that place like today. And so actually that same day I got a message from someone on TikTok. They sent post, like I said, the video had blown up. I think at that point it was like 20,000, 50,000, and it kept growing. I think today it's like on 170,000. I think 170 or 180. Yeah, I think it's like on 180,000 now views. And so she said, you know what, I'm gonna help your mom find a place today. I'll move her out and I'll pay for the first month's rent. Will you be able to pay for the other months, like going forward? I said, yeah, absolutely, 100%, because I do want my mom to be safe right now. from this moment. I need her to move out of that place like immediately. So she did. She did move out that day. So I'm forever grateful for that person. And I also spoke to Uncle, that's like his handle, Uncle or Alcomunum Chapa on a TikTok. That's his handle. He helped me cover more information, and he helped me get the story out there through some celebs. He did that, which absolutely helped because my fear in all this was thinking he was gonna get away with it again, as he's always done in the past. Because my mom has tried to get him arrested. Just reported it, but nothing has come to it. Just been to no avail. And he even said that he doesn't fear the police because nothing happened to him, right? Because it's kind of true. So after posting the video, as expected, his family started coming for me. His father sent me a very long message calling my mom and little sister prostitutes. And yeah, my family was just like cussing at me, just being very hostile, which is understandable because these are the same people who my mom and I were abused for more than a decade. They didn't say anything. They did not care. They pretended it wasn't happening. And they know their brother. They know their brother was too abusive. He has always been that person. He has always been a wife beater, right? But they didn't care. Obviously, it was them. It was happening to them. So why would they care? So yeah, I expect that to happen because they are no different from him. So I expected that to happen. I expected pushback, and I expected for them to victim blame. I absolutely expected that, and they dismissed everything. They minimized everything. They just dismissed it. They couldn't question everything. They said it did not happen. And there are literally medical reports to back the claims. So yeah, and they know it's true. But like I said, they don't care. So yeah, they're coming for me. They're very hostile, and which is really sad when you truly think about it. Because when I put myself in that same situation, and I'm thinking, if someone was being abused by my family member, I'm not going to defend them. I'm not going to defend someone who's abusive. I will be caught dead before I defend an abuser. So yeah, and like I said, they were calling me names. They were making fun of me, and also the public as well. The public people were also being terribly mean. They were also victim blaming. They were also shaming me for crying, which says more about them than me, because I would rather be called anything else than an abuser. So yeah, so whatever they were saying, I really don't care because I am not a wife beater. I don't I don't abuse people like them. So and I don't defend abusive people. I always speak out against people who abuse other people. That is just something I would never stand for because I'm not a child anymore. I and this started happening when I was 4 years old. I'm not 4 anymore. So there is no world in which I would ever be silent and watch someone be mistreated, watch someone be violated and not say anything. And with my little sister, when I think about what happened on the TED, when I think about that, I think for me, it started happening when I was 4 years old, right? And I get that I'm not their blood, right? I'm not really their family, like consanguinely. I'm not really their family, right? And so I almost understand them not caring like that I was being hit, right? I can understand that. But then with my little sister, that is their family. They, she's literally named after their mother. For them to be okay with this happening to her, that that just does not make sense to me. But maybe it's a good thing that I cannot wrap my mind around how their minds work because it's it's disgusting to me really, and it's sad. But it's way for me to judge. I think I said to his brother, may we all get what we deserve, which is something I've always stood by saying that my wish is for everyone to get what they deserve. And for them, I wish the same too. May we all always get what we deserve. So yeah, the family was also telling me to be grateful. They were telling me to be grateful. And yeah, in the end, in their minds, even being hit when you are 4 years old, when you're five, for them being hit in those ages, those formative ages, being hit throughout your entire childhood, being made to see your mom get hit, get abused every day, being made to go through all that, for them is something I should be grateful for, because at least I had a roof over my head. And I kept thinking, are those my only options? Is there no world in which I could have just been a child? Just being a child. Come back home, not be afraid, not be scared that, oh, I have to go back to that place again. Oh, I have to be in that place with my mom. But yeah, I guess sometimes things happen. Sometimes, yeah, we don't really get to choose the life we have. We're not, we don't get to choose the cards we're dealt. Some of them are just stacked against us. But to make the best of it, and I'm not too, I'm not too heartbroken over the life ahead. I'm not too sad about it. I'm not miserable because I'm very happy and I've learned from all that. And ultimately, it did make me a better human being. I understand pain and I don't wish it on anyone because I know what it feels like. And in the same breath, I also don't allow people to walk all over me because I'm not a child anymore. You don't get to do that to me. I do not get to just sit down and take it. I am not a child anymore. So, yeah. So I'm really glad I did that. I'm really glad I spoke out against him because you almost got away with this because almost 2 decades, right? Getting away with this. And then finally now the world knows his name. They know what he did. They know what kind of person he is. And I'll continue to do this. I'll always speak up about things I believe in. And there's no world in which I would ever defend an abuser. And victim blaming is a disgusting thing that still happens in our society. And I saw it firsthand when I posted my video and when everything got out there. There are a lot of people out there who are so stupid that their first instinct is to attack the people who survived. They don't shame the abuser. No, they shame the victim, the survivor, the person who has survived such horrendous things. That is the person they think to question. That is the person they think to attack. And they blame their choices. But abuse is so random. You can make all the right decisions and still be victimized. It has nothing to do with the choices you make half the times. It's not that you deserve it. And people love to think, oh, maybe this person does things differently. But how will we ever know? And even if it is that, abuse is still abuse. There is no world in which you should be blaming someone for being abused or blaming someone for having enjoyed for so long. Sometimes people are just making the best of the choices they have. So yeah, that's why I see it happening this couple of weeks. And yeah, I'm glad I did that, and I will I will not be silenced. I'm not a child anymore. They don't get to do that to me anymore. And they would not guilt me by telling me, oh, you should be grateful. You grew up in this house. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. That and one of them actually posted a picture of me as a child when I was, I think, 4. Yeah, they posted a video of me, the picture of me online when I was 4 years old, saying, "Oh, he was this old when he came. You should be grateful." And I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, you almost got it. You almost got it. If you would only think for a second, you almost got it. Think about that. Think about that child that you're posting being abused. And think about that. Just think about that for a second. But that is, I think, expecting basic human decency from his family is too much to ask. Just too much to ask. I have a better chance of bringing about world peace than I am to bring out a shred of humanity out of them. So yeah, but you know what? It's fine. So yeah, that's what has been happening. So now the case is in court, and yeah, I'm like keeping everyone updated who has been supporting us throughout this whole ordeal because it has been a lot, and the support has really meant a great deal to me and my mom and my little sister. So I am truly grateful for that. And yeah, so yeah, thank you so much for watching.